Alright, and this is week 10 of Australia's custom scrims on the Friday Frenzies. Thank you everyone for coming this week on this fine evening. We have Spades to the left side for first pick. For the second pick we have Celestials. Honestly, for second pick is actually much better, but tonight it seems most of the teams after doing the wheel spin, they chose to have the option of being first pick. But with only 4 bands and not 6 bands like how we normally do it inside rank. Honestly, second pick is just so much better, so I don't get why everyone is picking first when it doesn't really matter. But maybe it's some kind of new strategy that we just haven't seen just quite yet. So stay tuned and watch as Spades vs Celestials on Friday Frenzy. And also just a kind reminder, we have a new copy, a ML copy, Rabbit's Guide to Glory for MLBB on our Discord server if you want to pick that up. It teaches you how to reach Mythic Glory this season, with some of the highlights for the strategies you could be using to reach that rank this season. It's a 38-page little tiny book, a little manual if you want to read it. Or just send it to the feeders on your team and make them suffer. Well, first, oh damn, their first pick, but they banned the Pakitama. Must be wanting to pick up the Mathilda. Mathilda is just such a common hero to be using these days. Natan has been banned, and Barats. Perfect heroes to be banned. Nothing too special out of the ordinary just yet, just quite yet. These are normal bans that have been banned every single week. We've seen them in the past 9 weeks, and it seems to be something that's going to be coming again this week. Okay, the Phobius ban, okay. A little questionable, a little suspicious I could say, but let's do quite. Oh, then there we have it, the Mathilda pick. Mathilda has been on top of the meta list for the past 9 weeks, or maybe should I say Mathilda has just been such a solid hero for the mid lane. The extra long range dash she gives with her second skill was the heal. Just such a genuinely good pick. Oh, okay, we got a Hayabusa and an X-Borg to the side of Celestials. Hayabusa, also quite a meta pick, especially in Indonesia. The players who used Hayabusa, as even in the low ranks, are very solid. X-Borg has been falling off just a tiny little bit. When he uses that first skill, the heal he gets back from his passive on the Energon cores just doesn't quite put up the standard like it used to, but alright, and we have Esmeralda pick from the Rockchild. Divine on the Ruby, just one of the most powerful CC crowd control heroes of this season. It's a fan favorite, and we will soon see why. It is just so special this season. Let's see. Yuzong perhaps, or Marksman. Oh, alright. They didn't really need to pick up the Estus just yet, because Mathilda is going to be their mid laner. There's no way they would have picked the Estus. But you can understand why most people would be afraid of that Estus, because the Yuzon, the Esme, then the Estus, the combination they can pull off with that heal, it's just so devastating. We've seen quite a few upsets with this kind of lineup. Just having those 3 heroes, that's like half of the match won right there. Just picking those heroes, not even playing them well, just picking them. Alright, let's see what else we got from the side of Celestials with the Ling band and the Lunox band to the side of the left and the right. What kind of marksman would they pick? They do need a marksman. Beatrix is a rather good goal. Kagura. We're lacking crowd control to the side of Celestials, which has been a rather worrisome thing. Alright, and 2 more solid picks, one for the Yisanji map control and good aerial range. Just the shame he's played more like an assassin these days, but Asha makes it up with her long range. Again, we have it. That's probably more reasonable. They were lacking crowd control. Like, for example, Kagura's ultimate since her revamp could be compared to a mage Tigreal with that CC. Although the damage was lowered quite a bit for Kagura, she's got extra magic damage. Extra CC, which does make up for it. Then we had the Bane, also magic damage dealer, but having a bit of crowd control and pushing capabilities. Honestly, looking at this lineup, it seems Spades would be my prediction for the one who takes the win home today for the first matchup lobby 4. It does have 5 heroes that are good for healing and pushing, but there is just not much crowd control potential for those skirmishes when they're fighting for the objectives. One that right now, they've got CC, they've got game, they got a magic, they got heals. Control, they've got the whole lot. It should be an unquestionable Spades win. Who's going to be the one doing the early game damage? It would have to be Farsha to be taking the early hits, wouldn't it? That umbrella, the way you use it to just scout out the bushes for your team, it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing. Flame shot spell, okay, no execute. Most Kagura users do like that execute. Oh, okay, what's going on over here? Okay. Hayabusa securing the red buff, but Mathilda using that Soul Bloom, just the perfect timing to get hit on that Estus, but Estus has got heals, so Soul Bloom won't do much for them. Alright, but Estus is really a good hero for most lineups, but you actually need to have tanky offlaners to make full utilization of this hero's skills. Like, when you have Esme and Yuzong, they're tanky, they got magic defense, and they got damage as well. So having that heal is actually a really worthwhile thing. But here we have a Xborg and a Bane, which is rather questionable for this Estus pick. So it looks like they didn't plan it out right just quite so well this time. Got Xborg on the side of the gold trap, and Ji-Sun Shi on the bottom lane trying to do a little chain. It'll be interesting to see if they actually get that Bane. Oh, 4-person going for the turret dive, but unfortunately they don't get anything to show for the results. The fisherman's basket goes empty on this sad evening. And it's a mid lane. They're gonna be all collecting towards the first turtle objective on the side. And Mathilda. Oh, and Mathilda and Kagura gets punished for that deep dive, and it should be an unsecured turret to the side of Spades. It should be an unsecured turtle. It should be a secured turtle. And Esmeralda goes in, unfortunately, Estus just does that cheeky little flicker and escapes. Farsha to the mid lane, clearing. And they need to rush back to the bottom lane. Celestials really did lose out on that first turtle skirmish. Not only did they lose that turtle, they also lost their mage, which also gave gold. There was a 180 gold bonus to the side of Spades, which brings their max total right now up to 8,000 gold, a 1k gold lead. Alright, let's have a little focus on this Kagura. I'm sure she'll be wanting to do a little action to bring back a little gold for her team. Kagura to the back, Estus at the front, Bane to the side. They all know where they are. They can't really fight it out. And Farsha was the long range damage, but Estus goes in and heals it, and Mathilda jumps in. And Bane unleashes the ultimate, and Kagura went in with the ultimate and secured the first kill of Celestials to the side. Ruby on the top lowered the export significantly. flickers in, tries to secure the kill on the X-Walk, and she gets it. Oh, that cheeky bugger got that kill. What a cheeky snag that is. The mayonnaise is flowing free. Hayabusa and Estes on the side just trying to punish that Ruby, but they can't get too close. It's a darn big risk. On the side, Hayabusa secures another jungle. 2 jungle retry stacks are right there just waiting for him to secure it. And then we have a little recall from Kagura. That's some free gold from that Advanced Guard shield to the side of Celestials, increasing that gold lead they had already. Now they got a bigger lead. And figure armor of X-Walk gets wasted, unfortunately. Hayabusa wanted to go in. They want to go in, but Turtle is just... Mathilda, they've got full control of that side of the map. It's a bit risky to go in. They'll be losing a lot of HP just trying to get... Alright, that's the second objective secured to the side of Spades. Let's see what they're gonna do at the bottom lane. That's Esmeralda. Croc-chan just cutting the lane just so she can go to the mid lane and help her middle team quite faster. Whoa, unfortunately the Bane is just stuck at the bottom lane trying to defend that turret. Poor Bane. Croc-chan going to the mid and Fasha on the back lines providing background artillery support for that blue buff. Unfortunately, Hayabusa does secure it because there is no retribution to contest it. On the bot line, we got Bane and we got Esmeralda just fighting it out like 2 toddlers scrabbling at each other's faces. But that's fine, that's a mighty fine thing to see. They're gonna need some anti-heal for that Esme though. But Spades do need anti-heal for their Estes as well. There's a lot of hope on that Estes. They haven't got crowd control, so they're relying a lot on that heal. Unfortunately, unless they build magic defense or physical defense, that is not going to be much use to them. And that's a 3-man dive. Unfortunately, Bane does have that CC to protect himself. But that turret, they're going in, they wanted to push it. Oh, and Jisachi goes in and the Esmeralda turns around and sees it and dives that turret, securing to make sure they get that turret in theirs. And Fasha, look at that damage on the Kagura. That's just unfortunate. And there goes the flame shot. Unfortunately, that does hit the rear end of the Estes. It shoots it right up, but you know, Estes is at least 18, so it's legal. Alright, X-Borg on the top side of the lane. Whoever shot that flame shot's gonna need some FBI checks, I tell him. He didn't even look. He just flamed that flame shot right into Estes. Bane on the top, all their positions have been revealed. Just trying to bush camp is not an option for Celestials. They've got full map control with these picks. Got the range, they got the artillery support, and they got the mage healers. These 2 picks are just so formidable to have. And they got the Esme for pick on the side. What would have been good to see would have perhaps been a Yuzon pick. But Yuzon pick is just rather, what can I say? A Yuzon pick is rather used a bit too much. It's a bit overrated. A Ruby pick, also quite solid. Estes got lowered so much. Flame shot Hayabusa in the face, so no foul, no harm. They lost all their outer turrets now. It's 3 turret lost to no turrets lost on the side of Spades, Celestials to Spades. Unfortunately, it's just the problem of their picks. They lost their picks. Celestials just lost their pick against the Spade squad. And half the match is in your picks. Even if the skill levels are quite similar between these players, just doing that little extra preparation to get that solid lineup is what matters. And oh, and Bane gets a 4-man smashy. Oh, they're desperate. They waste so many skills and flickers on that Bane. They secure 1 kill going deep, but they don't get punished for it. And that turret, it's still standing mighty fine and tall. And they get to defend it because there's 3 people there. And Spades backs off, which is great to see. First Lord will be coming up. The base stats of this isn't too special. There's no super minions or anything fancy and nonsense like that. Alright, they're trying to secure the bottom lane turret. Fasha on the middle lane, just trying to maybe harass them a little while her team tries to push the top lane, which works quite well. Hayabusa comes for the blue buff, and oh Fasha, you've been hassling that Kagura all match. That's some bullying, cyberbullying. Alright, and we have the first Lord up. That's a 8-minute, no, that's a 9-minute Lord. It's got decent stats, but nothing too special quite yet. They could try get it though. After all, there's still 2 minutes. Wasted time of doing nothing if you don't get it. Oh, and they started. Okay, they start their Lord. And unfortunately, Celestials cannot contest it. For obvious reasons. This is actually the smart choice from Celestials. You can't contest a Lord in situations like this. So, trying to contest it was oh wow, look at that gold lead. When there's a gold lead like that and they got an artillery bomber from the back lanes like Fasha, you don't want to get near it. It's actually, they're playing rather well, these two teams, rather passively. You can see there's only 5 deaths happened. If you add them all up from the both teams, they've been playing rather passively. There's no domino effects happening here. They're just playing well, pushing the lanes or backing off quite well. They're doing the proper rotations. Alright, and they're trying to clear the lanes. Unfortunately, they're all getting pushed. They managed to sink the lanes. Spades sink the lanes up so they can push a little bit on each turret. Alright, that's like 50% of each. And look at that, Fasha just been hassling that Kagura all match. Fasha is just such an annoying pick to have. You love to see it on your team, but you don't want to see it on the enemy's team. And more minions coming, but there's no way you can push that. Maybe the top lane. Someone should go to the top lane and push that lane as well. That's a lot of hassling from the Fasha. That magic damage is off the charts. The gold lead now is well and truly over 10k. And normally when you're over 10k gold lead and you only have 3 turrets left that don't even have HP, the normal assumption you can make is that you will be losing that match. But who knows? Spades just might get a little overconfident, going a little too deep, and lose that match to the side of Celestials. We can't really say just quite yet, although the prediction still stands that Spades are going to be winning, because Celestials don't have any late game heroes. They're going to be relying a lot on their magic dealers for the late game, or at least something with high HP, because high HP is now counted towards percentage dealing damage to the way they calculate damage has changed this season. But unfortunately there's nothing with high HP here that can deal damage like a Karina tank, or maybe a Baxia tank, Forechi. They don't have anything like that. Most of their hope will be on their magic dealers here. Or unless the expert wants to go for a full tank build, that might be an option as well. Let's just have a quick look at the item builds for both teams. Okay, that's actually a reasonable build from expert. Yui's building it correctly. He's only got 1 damage item, which is the Axe, and he's building everything for HP. Maybe a Bloodless Axe would work better if you go for a full HP build, but this is actually still quite a very good build from Yui. He understands how the season works. Okay, so we got Kagura, and Fasha on the backlines just hassling them, staying well back with the Esme at the front to protect in case anything goes wrong, like the Hayabusa trying to jump in. Oh, did she just... oh, Esme just wasted that flicker. A little accident. They're all just camping out the bushes. There's not much they can do. They can't go in too deep. Going too deep would be a huge risk. So they can only wait until the next Lord comes up. The next Lord should be determining of who wins the match. Celestials, if they don't contest it, will unfortunately lose their minions of the sides and might even lose the match for this one. They should try to contest this Lord, but was that kind of a gold lead from the side of Celestial? I mean, on the side of Spades, the option just isn't there. And now it's the final wave of minions. Let's just see how this turns out. It could go either way. After all, we have seen even bizarrer comebacks from the matches we have had in the past weeks. So it's not outrageous to say that's okay, Hayabusa did the right thing there. He got that far, sure, that should be able to let them protect their lanes. So this won't be the last match. This won't be the last round of minions pushing forward. There's no way Spades can end the match now. 50%, but there's no way they. Now without that fast shot, there's a lot of damage just dealing. Just hope it's lying on that. Alright, let's see how this. Oh, they're going straight for the turret. Alright, 50% gone, 30% gone, 50-50, and oh, that's a 60% gone turret. Alright. And they managed to defend it quite well. Alright, and oh, Hayabusa backing off.